Hi everyone, I'm Carl, the violinist tutor, and for this third lesson, I'm going to be talking about the names of the strings and all the other notes, as well as where your fingers go on the strings. Now, to make all this clear, put some stickers or dots on your fingerboard for your finger 1 and 2. You can pause the video right now and you can put those dots or sticker on your fingerboard, and from there place whatever guide you have. Okay, so I have 2 lines on my violin, and it doesn't matter what color you use or if you don't have any of those dot stickers. You can also use some other stickers like what I have right here. You can use some star stickers, and if you don't have any of that, you can also use or pick a sticky note and cut them into lines and improvise with anything to put them on it, and they're very easy to replace as they kind of wear out. Now, since you have your dots or whatever sticker you have on your fingerboard, we're going through the open strings, starting with the E string at the right, and then A, and at the very left is D. Then we get to the G string, which is the thickest of all the strings. Those are your 4 open strings. From lesson 3, you only really kind of need to remember the open strings, because in my future lessons 4, 5, and 6, we'll be going through what the notes of the fingers are. You're not going to remember all this information and where the fingers are, where the notes are, and where they are on the fingerboard, and like 16 of them, all 16 of them. And right now, you're not going to have to know all that. And this is just kind of a FYI video for your information, and it's just something that students have to know and just have a little bit more knowledge before you move on to the next day. Sometimes when you're teaching, you don't want to give too much information out so that confuses them. However, you don't want to give them too little information so they are even more confused, because then they have too many questions as a result of that. Just by telling you the kind of theory behind all of this, so you understand the process in your head and how it worked out, rather than just remembering like the first finger is A, and then the first finger is E, and then the second finger is this. There's got to be a rhyme or reason to why that's happening. And if you know that, that's going to help you. But you don't have to stress all that and remember all these things, as long as you remember the 4 open strings, what they are, which one is which. That's all you really need to keep in mind. So you got your open G string, and every time you put a finger down on the string, it goes up alphabetically. And in the music alphabet, we start with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and that's it. It is the first 7 letter, and you can say that G is the new Z because it is the last letter of the music alphabet. From G, the whole pattern repeats from A, B, C, and all the rest. And it's the same thing on the piano, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And it goes on and on like that. With the G string, we have the first finger, which is A, and then the second finger is B, and then the third finger is C, and the fourth finger is D, which is also the exact same D as the open string next to it. And from the open D string, we have the first finger in E, the second finger is F, the third finger is G, and then the fourth finger is A, which is the same A, open A that we have on the next string. And for the first finger is B, second finger is C, and third finger is D, and fourth finger is E, which is also the same as the open E next to it. First finger is F, second finger is G, third finger is A, and then fourth finger is B. Some of those notes, if you have a little bit of knowledge of the violin, but some of those notes won't exactly as I said them. The letters were correct, but some of them might be like an F sharp, some might be a C sharp, but we will get to that in the next few lessons. And again, you don't have to worry too much in this particular lesson, as you don't have to know those notes right away. But that is the theory behind it, and that is how the finger works. You just go up starting with the open strings and follow the alphabet, and just keep going until you run out of fingers, and then you move on to the next string. Easy, right? To recap everything I've just explained to you, I told you the main 4 open strings, which are E, A, D, and G. And from there, you can go alphabetically before you reach your last finger, and then you move on to the next string, and the cycle continues. I know that some who are watching this video right now have some exposure to the violin, and you might have had a different kind of teaching style, or like your teacher was teaching you in a different way as I am, and all the ones I've explained might not be what your teacher taught you. And as I said, within the violin, we don't just have the open strings and the ones that are in the alphabet. We also have sharps and flats in between, but as I said, that's for the next few lessons, which is why I'm asking you not to stress things out, as my purpose for this video is to lay the ground of what will soon follow for those upcoming lessons. And that is everything for this lesson. If you have any questions, anything to add up on this video, don't hesitate to ask me. Until then, thank you all for watching, and catch you all on the next lesson.